Our favorite webette, Spider-Man, has swung back into the theaters with brand new day, and it looks like Destin Daniel Cretton has spun one hell of a movie here. So, let's get to the Big Apple and check this out. Now, the biggest positive I can give this movie is Spider-Man feels like Spider-Man once again after quite a long time. I mean, it's not Avengers-centric, it's not building up towards something Avengers-related. No, it is just him, his problems, his issues, his isolation, and him dealing with people. That is what I want from Spider-Man. And most importantly, and my personal favorite, no more Iron Man influence. He's not using his technology. He's no longer running to Iron Man every time he gets into trouble. No, he's far beyond that now, and he's no longer grieving Iron Man. He's like literally got past him now. He's over him, and now he's burst out of the cocoon and is his own spider again. This is exactly what I wanted from Tom Holland, and I finally got it. And speaking of which, Tom Holland has become a natural in this role. He has truly grown into his role now. I can take him seriously as Spider-Man. Before, whenever someone asked me, who's your favorite Spider-Man? I would say either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. But however, now I can say that Tom Holland has started to really impress me as Spider-Man in this movie. Whether it's is acting as Spider-Man himself, or whether it's as Peter Parker, or whenever he's interacting with anyone, even a random stranger, it all feels so natural. It feels fluid. The chemistry is just there and it's effortless. However, speaking of chemistry, his relationship with MJ as well as his best friend, it is neither great nor is it bad. It's non-existent. That's right. Now he's no longer having the same relationship with them, obviously, because their memories are completely wiped out now. So it is completely one-sided. He so wants to be with them. He so wants to re-establish the relationship, but they ain't having it. They are not having the same feelings towards him. They look at him as a Spider-Man. Now he no longer has family, no more Aunt May, no more friends, only fans. That is the situation he is in, and it is not as glamorous as it seems. So because of this one-sided nature, it truly tugged at my heartstrings. I really want them to get back together, but it'll take quite a long time for them to actually build that bond again. So as far as relationships are concerned, he has to build everything from ground zero. The action sequences were quite great. I mean, is that really a surprise? In every Spider-Man movie, the action is always spectacular. This is no different. The cinematography, as well as the choreography and the use of CGI in the appropriate places and the practical stunt work, everything was done to perfection. It truly looks like they've put a lot of work and a lot of effort into this. And the best part is, the Spider-Man can finally use his web in creative ways. See, that's right. He doesn't screw up like he did in Homecoming. So now he can use his web in creative ways, and he can actually get job done. He can in the right ways and at the right time, and that is something I really like. And it also seems that Destin Daniel Cretton has brought his Shang-Chi DNA into this movie, when he especially fights the Hand, the Red Ninjas. Now tell me, which of us never had a fantasy where Spider-Man fights ninjas? I feel it is the most feral and a natural choice. Spider-Man, what is he all about? He's about agility, he's about flexibility, he's about strength. And so is the ninjas. They embody the same qualities, but of course they're not as superhuman as he is. But make no mistake, they really put up a good fight. They proved to be an interesting match to Spider-Man, at least in initial stages. So this fight was one of the best fight scenes in the entire movie, and it's my personal favorite, honestly. And finally, the Hulk. The Hulk is back, guys. The big hulking, muscular monster is back, not the Professor Hulk. You don't want the intellectual Professor Hulk. Let's brush him aside. The real Hulk is back. I think that's one of the biggest things this movie has done. Established that he's there. He's not gone anywhere. He was always in Banner, and now he's taken over. No Banner, only Hulk, and I certainly hope so. Now, I must say though, it is not there just for show. Hulk is not there just for an action scene, just to wow the audience. No, he's actually there for a very particular reason. He's introducing a particular technology, that was never there in the MCU, but now it's officially there, and it is very important even for Spider-Man going forward. It is not completely new though. This technology was there in the Raimi's universe, but with a particular villain, but now it is in the MCU and it's official. So I really like that. Sure, and don't worry, there is an action scene with the Hulk, and things get broken, that's all I can say, but it is not very elaborate. It's just one scene and that's it. So don't expect too much out of the Hulk. He's there, that's all there is, and I really hope they do justice to him going forward, because as per me at least, the Hulk is the most disservice character in the MCU. I never liked his arc. I think they didn't do him enough justice, and hopefully that changes. Now, the Punisher Spider-Man duo. When Punisher was introduced as one of the characters in this film, I was literally shocked. I mean, how can Punisher even fit into this world? I mean, Punisher and Spider-Man are two polar opposite characters. They are very, very different as far as moral grounds are concerned. What Spider-Man would think 10 times to do, even though it's capable of doing it easily, Punisher would not hesitate for a second to destroy someone, to kill someone. But writers made a genius move here. They wrote him really well, and he fit with Spider-Man surprisingly well. The chemistry was just great. But here's the thing though, Punisher is not just a friend, he's also a father figure to Peter Parker. He's more mature, he has seen the world, and I think that is very much needed in Peter Parker's life because, as I said earlier, there's no friends and no family for this guy. He's completely alone. So the Punisher is the only thing that is the closest to a family member he'll ever have. He's there for him, he is protecting him whenever he needs to. And sure, he's rough around the edges, he can be hard to work with sometimes, hard to communicate with him, but he's there. But a small word of warning though, and shouldn't be a surprise, he's not the same Punisher you see in the Daredevil series or his own personal TV series. No, he's watered down. He's just too nice. I mean, he's way too nice compared to the TV series. Let me put it that way. Jean Grey is the main villain in this movie, and it is an odd choice. Because, let's face it, Spider-Man has some of the most interesting rogue galleries ever. He has some of the greatest villains. However, her introduction is not just for the sake of it because it has a very important role and it actually makes Brand New Day a very important movie in this saga. It lays the groundwork for mutants going forward. Through Jean Grey, we realize how the mutants operate in the MCU. We got a first-hand look into how their powers work in the MCU and how dangerous they can be even in their baser form. You should understand something, the Jean Grey in this movie is not in a Phoenix form. She's not an Omega level mutant yet. She has incredible telepathic powers and she's got such a good grasp of it at such a young age. She's able to give Spider-Man a swing for his money. He not only has to use his powers, he has to understand her, understand her weakness and how she operates just to keep up with her. She proves to be a very tremendous opposing force to him, and it also gave Spider-Man a cerebral threat, a psychological threat. Spider-Man is used to physical opponents, like so he can take them physically, but how well can he hold up psychologically, especially with all the problems he's going through himself? I think the last time this was tested was in Far From Home with Mysterio, and Jean Grey only takes it few notches above. So I can't wait to see more of her in going forward, and it really acts as a good prelude to Doomsday, because in Doomsday we're going to see more of the mutants in a much more expansive and a full-blown manner. So this movie gave us a taste of what that feels like. Now Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire may not be there in this film, but however it looks like the filmmakers have taken some interesting elements from them and incorporated that into Tom Holland's Spider-Man. That's why he's more Spider-Man than ever. For instance, when he's surrounded by bad guys, he makes those quips, he makes that body language, you know, he tries to act smart, he tries to be sneaky. This is so Andrew Garfield. I mean, I could literally see Andrew Garfield in him, and I really like that. And also when he's dealing with problems like sudden emergence of organic webs or the kind of changes he's going through, which he's not able to understand. Everything is dialed up to 11. He's not able to control it completely. This reminds me of Tobey Maguire's era, where he's dealing with a symbiote attached to his body, or when he's suddenly starts losing his powers. And I think that was a very good move, because I think that's one of the reasons why this Spider-Man feels very, very much like Spider-Man, the true Spider-Man movie, and not just some part of a larger ensemble. But the swinging scenes were just amazing, guys. What was amazing is not that he was like spitting out webs. I mean, he does that. The camera work involved with this, you know, you could literally follow him throughout the city. It was so clear and so enjoyable, especially in the theaters. When especially in certain scenes where he's carrying MJ and just swinging around, you were going with him. You know, you literally could see the world from his point of view as Spider-Man. I think the camera work in this was genius, and the cameraman definitely needs a raise in this movie. So overall, this movie was worth the hype. It was great. I found myself enjoying it, and it is a true Spider-Man movie. Which Spider-Man fan wouldn't want that? And it made me excited for the character. Tom Holland's Spider-Man wasn't on my bingo card. It was never my most favorite version, but now I'm excited to see where they take the character, and it got me a little more excited for Doomsday. I mean, I was not looking forward to Doomsday because it was just not the same as Infinity War. There's no real build-up, but this movie managed to get me excited to see what comes in Doomsday and what more we'll see of these characters. So do let me know in the comments below, who's your favorite Spider-Man? Which is your favorite Spider-Man movie? Let me know in the comments below. And do consider liking, sharing and subscribing with the bell button. It means a lot to me. And let's embrace cinema together. And until my next video, bye for now.